запись, да? Раз. Добрый день, дорогие зрители. Сегодня мы начинаем проходить игру Elysium. Говорят, неплохая очень игра. Ну, посмотрим, что она из себя представляет. Вроде как РПГшечка такая неплохая. А вниз такой, блин, тут как-то странно все работает. Неужели не гибкой какой-то ножки? Ладно, так. Заум студио, оух. Такая странная студия, ни разу не слышал игр каких-либо от нее. Что-то переделать микрофон в другую сторону. Здесь не видно будет. Давай его подальше туда убрать, может, надо попробовать. Загружается, как будто, я не знаю, там в День карта загружается. Так, если подальше сделать, экран загораживает. Звук в наушниках, в наушниках. Диска Elysium. Я на самом деле запускал, настроечки посмотрел, какие еще, но саму игру не запускал. Она новая. Выбрать архетип. Мыслитель. Невероятно умен. Плох в общении с людьми, знает много интересных фактов, мыслит нестандартно. В принципе, неплохой типаж. Медиум имеет развитые психологические способности, обаятельный, но неуравновешенный, может начать терять рассудок. Так, что тут 5 интеллект, 1 сил, 2 физы, 4 мотивации. Ну, вот это мотивация, да? Здесь энциклопедия. Медиум 1 интеллект, 5 пси-способностей, 4 физы и 2 мотивации, плюс внутренняя империя. Спортсмен. Не знаю. Отлично развит физически, взаимодействует с окружающим миром, используя свое тело, исполнительный, но тупой. А нет, это вообще не про нас. 1 интеллект, 25 физические, 4 мотивации, либо создать собственное. Ну-ка, вот что интересного ребята. Настроить способности. Интеллект. Так. Если начинаешь так, можно сделать так, да? Так, интеллект. Средний хорошо. Нифига. Так, это что? А, это моторика, да, мотивация. Восприятие и реакция. Типа проворно. Это вообще не про нас, да. Физиология. Нет. Вот проворно это точно нет. Это ужасно, да, проворен. Можно интеллект добавить. Физиология. Ну, в принципе, пофиг. Физиология пускай будет такая, психика средняя. Вот проворность какая будет ужасная. Так, ну давай. Так, что у нас тут? Это что такое? Цените навык. Фига себе. Логика. Управляете интеллектуальной стихией. Разложите мир по полочкам. Интеллект основа плюс сил. Да, ну значит должно быть, наверное, логики. Так, энциклопедия. Задействуйте все свои знания, избегайте эрудиции. Вот это, понимаю, ну вот интересно, да, что вот это все лекции, это физики, это физиология, это моторика. Так, что нам делать? Главное, логика. Так, ожесточенными интеллектуальными баталиями. Это по нам. Как это? Что, установить, да? Подожди, а грамоты. Переиграйте всех, врите, но не дайте обмануть себя. Концептуализация. Станьте ценителем творчества, развития искусства, и я анализе восстанавливайте себе планирование, как его работать на вас. Да, это расточенный интеллектуальный бои. Полицейская волна. Ладно, давай посмотрим.
There is nothing, only warm primordial blackness. You're conscious ferments in it, no larger than a single grain of malt. You don't have to do anything anymore. Ever. Never, ever. An inordinate amount of time passes. It is utterly void of struggle. No ex-wives are contained within it.
An awareness creeps up on you. A mass lies hidden in your dead angle, soaking in some lurid acidic sauce. It's bloated and shameful, a ball of meat surrounding you. This is a terrible line of questioning, and it will only lead to more awareness of the meat thing.
Хотел узнать про бывших, что там это было. Я так думаю, что это надо сделать, да?
Ex-love, ex-tenderness. It is foolish of you to resurface to the loss. Not after all the damage you've suffered to get here. Some of it irreversible. Stay. Sail with me through the abyss of pelagic zone. Do you really?
You wouldn't like it if I told you what was back there. Why'd you think you had to bludgeon yourself into oblivion? Or did you not sense yourself marinating? Poured so much on yourself, got a bit carried away, did we, Chef?
Fear and apprehension. You should ask what's out there first.
Somewhere in the sore, bloated man-meat around you. A sensation. Like a fly to the ointment, your conscience sticks to it. The limbed and headed machine of pain and undignified suffering is firing up again. It wants to walk the desert, hurting, longing, dancing to disco music.
Сознание липнет к нему, как муха к мелким, заводится паразит, обремененная безотечностью, а конечностями машина боли и унизит страданий. Она жаждет по пустыне страдать, сковать мать моя женщина, да мне на шею голова присажена, а я внутри нее. Нет, пожалуйста, я посмотрю, нет, бесспорное, бессловесное ничто.
The stench of liquor rises from your mouth, and with it, an ungodly headache.
А, вот по пьяни такие сны бывают. Изо рта твоего истока твоего здоровья проходит чудовищно белая боль. Помогите люди, отведите мне голову, она пытается убить остального меня. Да, кто я? Какая тварь, как поступает с собственным телом? Так.
A fiery streak penetrates your skull, trying to force your eyes open. It's a sound, a clarion call from hell.
Somehow, you know what it is. A caprice to name a motor garage.
Забавно, что это смотрится. Такая старая классная пенка. Так, это мои, как сказать, характеристики, да? Так, ладно. Так, я там определился с этого. Сейчас у нас будет, потом будет, потом... Так, она будет повторять. А дальше запущен магнитофон, ключик включен, но пленки в нем нет. Вот она пленка. Ванна заполнена бутылками, вспоминать и нормально отдохнул. Так, вот. Здесь все. Молодец. Мы делаем так, появился? Да, появился. Так, рубашка появилась. Дело там плюс один концептуализация. Интересно. Чуть такой бонусы концептуализации. Там чуткость к искусству. Интеллект основа
mirror hangs above a bent and broken sink. In a fierce discharge of masculine energy, someone has ripped half the faucet off.
Кто же это мог бы быть, интересно?
Was this not the same Elo that founds empires and lays waste to cities, virile, uncaring towards the little things?
Не тот ли это, я так понимаю, это Япуан написано, да? Что сметая на своем пути мелочи жизни, возводит империи, стирает города в пыль.
Probably not, no.
Да не, вряд ли так. Класс 11, так, хорошо.
Hot water sprays from the faucet's base, and steam covers the mirror. You cannot see yourself, just the vague impression of a man.
Смутное очертание человека.
Suddenly, you realize you have no memory of the face that awaits you there, underneath the soft vapor.
Смотрите, тебя под покрылом пара, да? Серьезно, прям ничего? Протереть зеркало? Да ни за что отстранить. Давай, протрем. Давай.
As you slowly reach your hand towards the surface of the mirror. Abort. You clearly have not thought this through. You won't like what you see there, and you will never unbecome it.
Отбой, ты явно не подумал, что то, что ты там увидишь, тебе не понравится. Раз видеть, ты уже не сможешь больше этим не быть. Видите, что в любом случае его ощупать, видите, что все нормально. Да пофиг, протирать зеркало дальше. Протирай.
Behold.
Зрим такой еще. Так, появилась рожа наша.
You have no idea who this thing is, do you?
Да ты ж понятия не имеешь, что перед тобой за хреновина. Похоже на мое обычное утро. После похмелья. Пресвятые угодники, что это? Или, конечно, это суперзвезда какая-то. Да, думаю, я суперзвезда. Это лицо запойного алкоголика. Кто сказал, что запойные алкоголики не могут быть суперзвездами? Это, конечно,
It appears you're also dead. There's clearly rigor mortis on your face. Or wait, is that an expression? Are you trying to make an expression with that face? Why?
Короче, эту гримасу, как зачем? Без понятия, откуда она все просто вот есть. Потому что я суперзвезда.
Please stop.
Да.
It's horrible. You're scaring yourself.
Сам себя пугаешь. Нет, суперзвезды всегда так ходят.
You can't, can you? It's like it's not even voluntary anymore. You have worn that grin into your face, and now it won't come off.
Все, так и ходят.
What does it even mean? What is the emotion you're trying to convey?
Да не знаю, неописуемую, суперзвездную. По-моему, это гримаса с зазывным намеком. Боюсь, она для дам. Какую я как бы даю понять, что заслуживаю сочувствия. По-моему, в некотором роде успешно, если зритель склонен сочувствовать унылым и вышедшим в тираж. Есть в этом свое обаяние. Это гримаса боли. Это гримаса для дам, да, с зазывным намеком.
Please promise yourself you are not going to try it on any of the ladies, whatever happens.
Пожалуйста, пообещайся, что не при таких обстоятельствах не попробуешь показать это дамам. А ты мне не указывай.
That's right. Not even yourself. Go ahead, try something. It's not an order.
И то верно. Даже ты сам себе не указывай. Давай сделай что-нибудь, это не приказ. Так, энциклопедия, опасно, 13. Нырнуть в пучины разума в поисках источника гримасы. Электрохимия, невозможно, 18 штук. Попытаться остановить процесс формирования гримасы. Давай попробуем энциклопедию, 42%, да? Белая проверка, можно выбрать снова. То есть, я так понимаю, это по сюжету надо будет дальше делать.
Like the rest of you, it comes from a bad place, somewhere in the past. That's all you know for now.
все остальное, что есть тебе. Больше ты пока не знаешь. Ну, электрохимия вообще невозможно, да? А чё, почему недоступно? Он сказал, что можно будет. Ну давай, электрохимия.
It's too late. Like an image on film, the expression belongs to your primary motor cortex. It would take a minor neurological miracle for you to cease producing it.
Ну ладно, ну оставляем тебе спокойно. Так.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
Недоступно, заблокировано. Ну ладно. Пускай будет так. Так. Что медлить?
This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. This fan has two chain pull switches. One ends in a tiny fan, the other in a light bulb. A truly horrific necktie has somehow attached itself to one of the blades. You swoop up and catch the tie. Snap! It's released from the blade. What you have in your hand is a truly hideous necktie with 4 or 5 different patterns. The knot reminds you of a noose. The blades come squeaking to a halt. A terrible mistake. Turn the lights off immediately. You can practically feel the photons burning a hole in your brain. Your eyes burn with photosensitivity. It's not good.
Должно быть личное видение для тебя такое значение. Звезды пытают внутри. И открыть, что ли? Получается... Нельзя это посмотреть, да? Потому что у меня там как-то звездком что-то добавлено, да? Вон есть, да, 6. PHP. Рома 4. Так, что делать?
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. The fan stands still. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine. The switch must be broken because nothing happens. The air in the room is starting to feel like vaporized urine. The lights are off again. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face. The fan stands still. The switch must be broken because the lights are on. You hear a jingle. Keys are clinking in the pocket of your flare-cut pants. It says, whirling in rags, on the aluminium keyring. There is a single key on the ring. The number 1 is etched on it. It should open the door.
Номер, что ли, такой? Танцы такие, ну, не так, называется, ну. Это очень похоже на номер. Так, ну все, идем тогда это. Давайте, посмотрим. Да никто так даже посмотрим. Так, что у нас здесь? Филокос упизаем 28 градусов небольшую осадку. Это на пороге, да? Так, что на столе? На столе что-то есть. А человек видно. Так, видишь, да? Давай. Надзор материал. Ой, так. Если везде сколько, там 0. Пошли так. Обаятельная, суперзвездная гримаса.
Hello, officer.
Офисер. Галерея открыт март 51 года. Давай, пободаем.
The young woman raises a cigarette to her lips.
Классе, мисс танцовщица Аранская.
A silver jumpsuit falls off her like scale armor, sparkling. This is the sparkle of too many nights out on the city.
Начальник, вы на меня работаете? Отвернуть распухшее лицо от ее красоты и просто пройти мимо. Не,
No.
Нет, вопрос явно ее смутил. Погоди, я понял, я водитель. Никакой мы не водитель. Ладно.
Because you're a police officer, sir.
Да, полицейский. Ну да, прям чистой воды полицейский. Вот прям просто дядя Степа, уверен, догоните. Да, я полицейский, еще какой, зарубите себе на носу. Ну ладно.
Okay, cool.
Полицейский.
I won't.
Хорошо, зарублю. Так, ладно, откуда вы знаете, что я полицейский?
First, I have to ask, are you okay, sir? You look like you're about to throw up. Can I bring you something?
She's right. Something wants to come out through your mouth, right in front of her, right here. It makes you put your hand on your stomach and swallow.
Sir, you've been here for 3 days. On official police business, no less.
Так, что тут, не волнуйтесь, я не блевану. По какому вопросу? Убеждать ее в том, что нет, просто поинтересоваться.
Couldn't say. In truth, so far, mostly drinking.
Может, это и есть полицейский вопрос, чего ты начинаешь? Посвящаешься пьянству. Может, мы, так скажем, внедрялись в в банду бутлегеров, так скажем, чтобы они приняли нас за своего.
You have no doubt about the drinking, but do you strike yourself as a tight-lipped drunk? She must have heard something.
Наверняка что не слышала. Походу, действительно просто тихо, так, могу не подумать, что было, не помню никто и нигде, ни что такое купресильно, ни на что похож ли звук. Если честно, я не помню, как работал копом, вообще ничего не помню. Да как меня допустить до охраны правопорядка, внушение, помню, 12, продемонстрировать гримасу, пусть знает, что ты хочешь ее физически. А что пускай будет? Ну это красное, да, то есть нет. Пускай будет, ну не все шансы пофиг, ладно.
The words have already left your mouth.
Неудача, слово не воробей.
What was that? That's not even how words are used. What did you say? Come on, say it again.
Что хотел бы с вами переспать.
No, you see, that's not what you said. You said. Come on, man. Freddie, please. One more time. Goddamn right you did. You crazy asshole, you. What kind of cop are you?
Суперзвезда, что непонятно так. Я не знаю, почему я так сказал. Некрасивое, к сожалению, не жаль, я жалкий коп. Я вообще не уверен, что я коп, не помню. По такому Матвей, правда, наворовал. Суперзвезда, коп, суперзвезда.
Okay, that's cool. Or if I can just maybe ask you to elaborate on that superstardom a tiny bit.
Я пуше старал, кажет бакенбардах и дискоштанах. Если я не буду острить, сам под насмешки подставлюсь. Так, что я искренне подозреваю, что я суперзвезда, такая у меня гипотеза. Все, больше нет, что ли? Ну, еще, ну, пускай кажет бакенбардах и дискоштанах. Ну ладно, так.
I have certainly been entertained. Thank you. Whatever you are, you should stick to it. Otherwise, it's gonna suck for you later when you have to interrogate me. And for the record, no, I didn't do it.
Жена оставила пепельницу, отлично длинная курок, еще дымится. Так, и что, ты хочешь, чтобы я взял его или что? Саша, говори, да? Так, ладно.
The door is closed.
Пойдем.
This door can only be opened with a key or from the inside. There is no answer. A tremendous loneliness comes over you. Everybody in the world is doing something without you.
Так, я так одинок, зачем ты со мной так, пожалуйста, не надо. О, прелесть, не оставляй меня в крикнуть парада. Поглотить эмоцию. Давай, третью.
The door does not care.
Двери все равно. Снова.
Still no answer.
Постучать еще раз.
Still
Очень
nothing.
громко. Очень
Still
громко.
nothing.
Ладно. Пусть будет так. Постучать очень-очень громко. Выпущенные выходные издания сатирической газеты «Прохождение». Так, что нету? Так, хочу посмотреть, что появляется. Что?
You should pick that fat, juicy cigarette butt from the tray, light it up, and smoke the living shit out of it. The living shit. Your mesolimbic reward pathway does not mince words. It wants smokes.
Мезолимбическая система вознаграждения выражений не выбирает. Ей подавай курить.
Who knows what you are? A monster, a murderer, the gnome of Jeroma? You feel like a smoker, especially when you look at that juicy, succulent, seductive cigarette stub, still smoldering deliciously. How very astute of you. This renders it ineffectual. You should look for a whole cigarette, or better yet, an entire pack. Strike that, a carton. Make sure they're all healthy and able-bodied. Then smoke them all.
Да, надо бы так и сделать. Да, надо бы так и сделать с большим энтузиазмом. Не надо бы этого не делать. Это станет моим главным приоритетом. Сейчас подумаю. Ну ладно.
Good. They'll make you stronger and better. You're too old to be cool now. But find cigarettes, smoke them, blam. Instantly a cool renegade man. A mystical red dragon with smoke rising from his nostrils. Plus, smoking them gives massive bonuses. There they both are, two identical shoes, both copiously green and indiscriminately snakeskin, reunited on your feet. Like two baby crocodiles. Good, they're balanced, comfy. Feels like the only good thing about you right now, truth be told.
На первой странице тебе ни о чем не говорит. Странно. Так, куда это мы вообще? Где мы? Ага, вот мы тут, да? Вот смотри, да, без смысла. Ну да, наверное. Старый добрый микрофон, которого как здесь никто не сделал в нем. Наверное, да. Сыграем, да. Колонка подключена к радиоприемнику. Музыка перебилась, я знаю, понятно.
You should totally sing karaoke here, the first chance you get. Your emotions need to be expressed. People need to know your vast, oceanic soul. Utterly. And it needs to be heard. Through a PA system. By other people.
Это подтверждает мою первую теорию, что я попал в такие суперзвезда. Когда продлит тест, помню так, подтверждает теорию, что...
Who is mistakenly identified as a cop for his prominent jawline? Yes, sounds likely. You should probably go on stage and pose for a moment when you're done with this thought. See if it works. You have not yet stumbled on the right lamentation, but it's out there. It'll come to you. You will wreak havoc with it. Don't worry. No. Don't sing the happy song. It's stupid. Sing the sad song. It's profound. You have to find something tragic to sing first, though. A man in his late 20s stands behind the counter, inspecting a stuffed seabird. As you approach, he gives you a sideways glance, then looks down again. That was disdain in his eyes. Even now he is purposely ignoring you. Looks like he's not a fan. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird lies among piles of coasters and drying mugs. One of its wings broken. The man is trying to mend it. Looks like the bird was ripped off the shield that was used to mount it, most likely on a wall. This is the Great Skua. The seabird is the symbol for the discovery of the Insulindian Isola, the part of the world you are in right now. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Ты бармен,
No, I'm not the bartender. I'm the cafeteria manager.
кафетерий. А выглядишь как бармен.
That period of my life is over. Not everyone who stands behind a counter is a bartender, okay? I'm the cafeteria manager.
Я управляющий кафетерией.
I have 3 cafeterias to manage. 3. Sylvie tends the bar here, not me. I'm only standing in. She just, you know,
Она просто это самое, пожимает плечами.
His eyes dart from left to right. This man isn't lying, but he is hiding something.
Она просто что?
so now you're a cop. Oh, forget it.
Теперь вы заделались копом. Проехали.
Oh no, you're a hero. A real hero cop.
Поднимай глаз. Вы герой. Подлинный героический коп.
Could the massive property damage upstairs have anything to do with this?
Состоянием твоего номера. Давай мы вычислим это сарказм. Не, то есть мы глупеньким будем, не понимающим сарказмом, как Шелдон.
Yes, you are. A real decorated hero.
Опытный еще герой, о да, с орденами и медалями. Что я
What did you
сделал?
not do? First you took the body down, then you solved the murder, then you didn't trash my hostel room. Maybe you even negotiated the strike.
Может, даже переговоры по забастовке провели. Так, я правда все это сделал.
No, you see, actually, you didn't. You haven't done anything even remotely useful since you got here.
Не делаю ничего даже отдаленно полезного. Зачем я тогда занимался? Ты меня видел?
No, I haven't seen you around. I'm not always here.
Так, все мы вроде, да, правильно? А ну-ка посмотри.
A competent work of taxidermy. The white and brown seabird looks like the bird was ripped off. This is the great skua. There's something about it makes you feel bitter.
Что случилось с птицей?
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead. A competent work of taxidermy. The white and looks like this is the great skua. Something about it makes you feel bitter.
Почти с ней как-то.
Look, your buddy is over there. Why don't you go and talk to him, okay?
Так, ну хорошо. Хочу с ними говорить.
He pretends not to hear you, concentrating on the bird instead.
Oh no, you're a hero.
Could the massive property damage upstairs
Am I? Or did you ride in, take the body down, solve the murder, and not trash my hostel room?
Ты номер у меня в отеле. Вижу рекламу, скажем так,
Oh, it's not?
на неделю. Если тебе собираться сказать что-то еще, но потом сделаем.
You're right, it's not.
Ну ладно, уходим. Так, ничего такого не было. Там что-то. Пошел работать. Мужчина в кителе, водитель столового. Мужчина работает один дом. Такие измазанные высокие грязь. Мужчине овальный логотип с деревом и надписью Wild Pines.
On the counter, rolled out of his open hand, you see a blister pack of headache medicine.
Так, другая сила форма.
The man does not mind. You probably need them more than he does.
Это такие таблетки, которые, значит, восстанавливают это ментальное.
You've just picked up some magnesium. This item is stored in the bottom left corner of the screen above your character portrait. Use magnesium to heal your morale if you have morale damage.
Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your colleague waiting. Hello, sweetie. You shouldn't keep your...
A bespectacled man in an orange bomber jacket is tapping his foot on the floor. Looks like he's waiting for someone. You. As you approach, he narrows his eyes and extends his hand in greeting. If an assault were launched on this building right now, if the windows came crashing down and the whole world descended upon you, this man would hurl himself in death's way to save you. You are sure of this, but why?
Так, холодно, никто руку не пожимать. Ну, притворимся пока что. Шафаем. Река. А вон, мне кто?
He is your half-brother.
Сводный брат. Ну ладно, братан, держите.
Hello, I'm Kim Kitsuragi, Lieutenant, Prison 57. You must be from the 41st.
You realize he is waiting for your name. This is your chance to come up with a really good name for yourself. Get creative. Conceptualize. Concentration makes you squint your eyes. Your name should be deep gold and orange, like a forest fire looming on the horizon, but mixed with the stench of liquor rising from your breath. You're 2 steps closer to it, but there are still many to go.
Я не знаю, как они живут. Сейчас еще не пробил. Да, пафос смотреть, там сейчас еще не пробил. Я не знаю, как вообще бухлолет там называть, как там еще.
Okay then.
В смысле, это сказано, потом
It looks like we had a little scheduling error on Sunday. Saturday too, actually. Have you had time to talk to the manager here?
What he means is, he has been trying to meet up with you for 2 days, but you have been otherwise occupied.
Какое-то непонимание, конечно, запутались. Вообще я у него не спрашивал, ничего. Ну, нет, наверное, что.
Then we should ask him for a rundown of the area. Get me up to speed. I understand the scene is out back, right? It also wouldn't hurt to assure him the police are finally here. In full force, I mean. Have you mapped out the initial interviews?
Вы уже продумали первичные опросы? Да, полиция, неизвестно, кто полицейский. Какие опросы? Продумал? А как же? Да, чуть невнятно это. Да, полиция, мне известно, что я полицейский.
Right. And the interviews?
А опросы? Он притопывает ногой скорее по привычке, чем от нетерпения. Продумал?
Good. But even if you haven't, we'll have time for that after we take a look at the coroner's case. Have you removed the dead body from the tree? Does that mean the body is no longer in the tree? Sure. But did you take it down from the tree? Mm-hmm. So, the body is still in the tree.
This is the first time you detect a weariness in the lieutenant's voice. It is obvious he would have preferred for the body to no longer be in the tree.
Where it has been hanging for 7 days straight. We should go there as soon as we are done talking to the owner. I was sent here to meet a detective from Precinct 41. You have the insignia of the citizens' militia on your sleeve and on your back. I suppose you could be impersonating him. You could have gotten the insignia from the black market or forged it. But for now, I'm going to set those possibilities aside. I'm not from the Inspectorate General.
Inspectorate General means internal affairs. What he's saying is he's not from the rat squad and isn't supposed to suspect such things.
No need for derogatory terms. They're only doing their job. Yes. They're not just white rectangles. They bear a halogen watermark with the letters RCM and a pattern resembling the street grid of Revachol West. I would ask you to step into the headlights of my motor carriage, but again, it's none of my concern. I just need you to do your job. You mean you don't have a badge? Losing your identification card is a serious matter. My vehicle has a shortwave. You can use it to report your badge missing. I would advise you to locate it as quickly as possible. But getting the body down should still take precedence. I can see you drank last night and the night before, and that you are still drunk now. But I have seen officers go through worse. Much worse. If you need something for your headache, there is a general store nearby. But as I said, the dead body should be our #1 concern. Talk to the manager. Then we go out back and take the body down. We all feel that way sometimes. There is no such thing as a police officer, I'm afraid. What remains is that there is a dead body in the tree. Someone has to figure out who put it there. If we don't, no one else will.
And then, soon after, dead bodies would be dangling from all the trees.
есть лаврентий, а это будет двухлентий. И тогда как ты деревьев начнут писать дела.
But first, we have to take it down. After you, officer.
Lieutenant Kitsuragi is now in your party. You can talk to him whenever by interacting with him.
Yes?
Расскажи мне о деле.
What do you want to know?
Что тебе знать? Если не сразу не спросил, видимо, одно дело. Да, я слышал.
I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a pissing competition.
Сканирование. Понятно.
You don't know? I assumed you were in on it.
Думал, вы участник. Ретроградное объединение. Ну ладно, что такое.
Better still than an imbecile cop-off.
Это лучше, чем эта имбецильная участковая бадаловка. Бадаловка?
It's just stupidity. We shouldn't waste any more time on it. If you want my take, ask me after we've inspected the victim.
Осмотрим тело. Что он там мне? Сканирование. Ты что, квест для этого выделили? Сканирование. Судя по всему, между участками 41 и 57 шло сканирование типичное. Но об этом поговорим. Кажется, актуальная информация.
Later. Was there anything else you wanted to know about the case?
Как по-твоему, это дело с налетом тайны?
No, it's not a particularly mysterious case.
Или нет особого налета тайны?
The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that.
Еще налет тайны. Максимально таинственно. Ладно, немного, хотя бы замешано на сексе.
There was some interest in this case at my station, but not for the reasons you have in mind. You seem to wish there was
Кажется, хотелось бы. Может, девушка замешана?
Yes, it just so happens there's a beautiful blonde 19-year-old woman at the heart of this case. A rich one, in fact, part of a murder sex cult.
The weary tone is the surest indicator that the lieutenant is being sarcastic.
Ну да, логично. Но мы тупые, мы же. Надо все, кто достаточно просто вести секса. Не обязательно должно быть убийство, да.
Actually, it does have to be murder. This is a murder investigation, but we digress.
It can still be an otherworldly sex mystery in your head, with a dark twist even. He's basically challenging you to sex it up with some lurid twist. Don't get right into it. Sit on it a bit, then hit him with it.
Так, ладно.
No, it's not a particularly mysterious. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious then you are in luck, because we are in the midst of a major strike by the dock workers union. Maybe more than that. The union clearly wants a piece, not just of the industrial harbor, but the Wild Pines Corporation itself.
Кстати, этот рабочий тоже Wild Pines, да?
Is this a strike then, or the first shots in a workers' coup?
I expect the case itself to be less challenging than navigating these community matters. This district isn't used to the RCM's presence, and the union rarely overplays its hand. as it appears to have done in this case. Strike, coup, revolution, it's brigandage, however you parse it.
You feel something rising through you, a familiar feeling, an opinion taking form.
Нужно поварить себе это решение, и да, национализм. Не думаю, что благоразумно растерять факты, сказанные в фильме, что что-то звучало. Я очень интеллектуальный. Сегодня за 40 секунд я уже сказал, кого растерять факты. Давай,
Politics is habit forming and hazardous. It is also irrelevant to police work. You're right to doubt the impulse. It might be detrimental to our task here.
From an imaginary fan.
Now, was there anything else you wanted to know about the case? No, it's not a particular. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a dollar. I'm relieved that you agree. Anyhow, let's get back to the case. Was there anything else you wanted to know? No, it's not a... The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. It doesn't take a DeLorean polymath to put the pieces together. I just don't see the case getting more mysterious than that. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? No, something isn't happening, because it's not part of reality.
So desperately mundane. You need to funk this case up. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
No, it's not a particularly. The deceased is a security guard for a corporation involved in a labor dispute. I can assure nothing like that will happen. Do you know why not? Because it's not part of...
So desperately mundane. There's something the lieutenant isn't seeing. The universe is too irrational, too morally complex. You should convince him.
Maybe you can tell me what you do know to help me narrow it down a bit. Do you want me to brief you? 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. An anonymous caller said there was a dead body behind the Whirling in Rags hostel cafeteria. The cadaver had been there for 4 days. No one had come to investigate. During that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. To find him or her is one of our tasks here. For now, all we know is that the tone was muffled using a device of some sort. The desk could identify neither the caller's age nor sex. There's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Now it appears they've started executing too. We cannot allow that.
Напоминаю, как в Америке союз были. Так, погоди, АРГМ это...
That's us, the Revachol Citizens Militia. We're the police in this city.
The RCM, or the Revachol Citizen Militia, is the police force you and him are part of. A self-organized peace corps of the occupied city of Revachol. The RCM operates within a legal twilight, yet its authority is rarely questioned. It's super useful to know this.
That's right.
Именно. Так, вот это здание уже выполнено. Высший полицейский вводит в курс полученное дело. Иногда они забывают вводную информацию. И какой-то водитель убил еще раз. Так, а сколько у меня уже этих опытов? 25, да? Хорошо. Интеллект. Так. Ладно. Так.
You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief? 3 days ago, during that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company Wild Pines. I was told we should approach the death as part of this dispute. A security guard or worker of some sort hired by Wild Pines. This was just hearsay from Martinez, of course. We need to find out the truth. To find him or her, there's a strong prejudice against involving the RCM in what's seen as union matters. The dock workers' union is the de facto police in Martinez. Just to be clear, we are police officers. It's our job to find the killer. That's the case. Uncover and arrest the killer. Good.
Так, что еще внутри? Шансинские, да? Так. А ну это что, это белое, да? То есть можно будет еще раз. Так. Хочу повысить. А это можно сделать потом еще, да? То есть низкий шанс. Давай.
What if you did it?
Ага. А если это ты? Что, я укокошил повешенного?
Yes, you killed him. And then, as part of the plan, you drowned out the memory. Maybe this is why your chest feels so hollow. You did an awful thing, and you can't even bring yourself to acknowledge it. Are you sure you would have the strength to take down a hardened mercenary? You're not in the best shape.
Уверен, что тебе сил бы сил забрать опытного наемника. Ты не слишком-то в форме. Так. Возможно, я его убил, так забыл. Да, давай.
And what has led you to this conclusion? That is a common side effect of overindulgence. It will pass. I find that highly unlikely. It's not unusual for detectives to feel complicit in a crime until the perpetrator is apprehended, especially when the investigation is dragging. So let's get back to it, shall we?
No response. He just arches his brow. He's having trouble processing it, believing it even.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affairs?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy.
The RCM deploys a self-styled structure called the Decomptage as its chain of command. Every lieutenant is responsible for 2 sergeants and 8 officers. That means the average lieutenant has to deal with quite a few personal affairs. Even you know this.
Try work, the case at hand. It can work miracles. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation. Really? You look fine to me. This psychodrama is unbecoming of an officer.
Clearly, he prefers to think you're malingering. He cannot fathom that anyone could drink so much as to retroactively erase their entire life.
Then you should consider seeking medical attention. You can use the radio in my kinema to call your station's lazaret. Was there anything else you wanted? What do you want to know? You mean like a brief? Do you want me to brief you again? There's no reason to wing anything. If you didn't get the brief, that's okay. I did. 3 days ago, the RCM Emergencies Desk received a report about a security guard who was found hanged in Martinez. And then, during that time, the victim had been stripped of his belongings. The caller did not identify him, but used the word lynching. There is an ongoing labor dispute between the local dock workers and the logistics company. Okay then. Was there anything else you wanted to know? Good. Me? I don't see how my life is pertinent to the investigation. That's a fair point. All right, for the good of the investigation, what do you want to know? That's correct.
You feel a slight urge to put the lieutenant down for this, but you can't quite muster enough testosterone.
I guess you don't need glasses, then. That's because I'm half Seolite, or quarter. My father's father was from Seoul, so was my grandmother, but from my mother's side. It's not an interesting topic. It's a part of the world, officer. A geopolitical entity and a geographic division. I told you it wouldn't be interesting.
Seoul is a protectionist, isolationist, pan-Isolary state west of the Insulindian Isola. Actually, it's quite interesting. Some would even say mysterious.
You're barking up the wrong tree. I don't speak a word of Seolite. I've never met either one of my grandparents, and I've never been to Seoul. I'm a regular Revacholière.
A point of pride to him.
No.
Your brain sends the signal to your lips, but they refuse the order. Something is paralyzing them. You're pretty sure it has something to do with the lieutenant's eyebrow.
Something the matter, detective?
What's going on? It's like you're a puppet in his hands. The lieutenant relaxes his eyebrow, and you seem to regain control of yourself.
What do you mean? I have no idea what you're talking about.
The lieutenant's conceptualization skills must be rather rudimentary. The lieutenant is a police officer of the old school. His concerns are material and extrinsic. But this isn't an old school case.
What? Think? I do most of my work inside my notebook.
The lieutenant produces his small blue notebook and idly thumbs through a few pages. We all have our different mediums. His is written. You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
What do you mean? I have no idea what...
The lieutenant is a police officer, but this isn't an old school case.
I can't say that it does, no. When I need to think, I just use my notebook.
The lieutenant produces, we all have a... You're super lucid, yet psychedelic.
What do you mean? I have no idea.
The lieutenant is a police officer, but this isn't an old school case.
So what? That makes you the new school? God spare us. For real detective work, nothing beats a good notebook by your side.
The lieutenant produces, we all have a... You're super lucid, yet psychedelic. You don't need office supplies to connect to your nervous system. You're special.
Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? Detective, if I may be frank, you seem to be in a deranged state. You have trouble remembering things. You've misplaced your badge. I cannot let you act in the name of the RCM without supervision until you've regained control of your faculties. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. Please do. We wouldn't want your regiment to spill over into the investigation.
The lieutenant is pretty sure self-care is just a euphemism for nihilistic binge drinking. is it not?
Excuse me? Frankly, Detective, you're in a deranged state. I can't let you proceed without close supervision. In fact, under normal circumstances, I'd be duty-bound to report you. Take it as a token of good faith between our precincts that I haven't done so. That's good. That's good. Some you time? This is a police investigation, not a journey of self-discovery. You'll still have your evenings to yourself. You're right. It's important not to let one style interfere with their work.
The lieutenant is pretty sure style is just a youth, is it not?
Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. If I were to walk in front of you, we would surely collide. I hope you don't take this the wrong way. It's just a collegial observation. In the 57th, we call it the Jamrock Shuffle. Officers from Jamrock's 41st Precinct tend to move a bit erratically. They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering evidence. It's erratic, yet thorough. Prioritizes containers. I'm sure you don't. It's just a stupid interdepartmental thing. I'm making assumptions. We should move on.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
What about me? Good. Let's change the subject. Excuse me? You have a distinctive way of walking. I hope you don't take this the wrong... They say it's a scene-clearing technique developed by one of your lieutenants for gathering I don't know. Containers contain, I guess. I'm making assumptions.
Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre.
Excuse me? You have I hope you don't take this the wrong... They say it's a scene-clearing technique.
He simply nods. Passing along frivolous interdepartmental stereotypes is not usually his oeuvre. He regrets bringing it up.
Hello, sweetie. You're a handsome man, officer, with your mustache and your chiseled jaw and that silly dimple on your chin. But dear, you're not for me. I'm too old and too married besides. You must forgive me. I'm getting so scatterbrained. I completely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Lena. My husband Morel and I are staying with our friend Gary just down the street, but I come here for tea when they're away.
This Lena is wacky enough for the motley crew. Hire her on the spot.
Yes, officer. You look rather dazed. Like a stunned fox. But surely things can't be that bad.
Действует правильно, действует что-то плохо. Так,
Oh my.
ох, хитрый.
You know where we are, right?
Но ты знаешь, где находишься, верно? Так, на провалии, правда не знаю, в каком клоповнике, до них боевых действий, например, в загробном мире, мы умерли, искали призраки.
Now.
Ну-ну, а на склонять голову смотрит интересно, неизвестно, как работает.
We are alive
Ну, живые,
in a hostel called the Whirling in Rags, and the Whirling itself is in the city of Revachol.
так, если честно, дулю с маком, я знаю про Ревашоль, что это за место?
How would I even begin to tell you?
Да как же это сказано?
Revachol is the most beautiful city in the world. We're fortunate to be here. I haven't seen very many other cities personally, but everyone says so. Revachol is a rare jewel. This city used to rule the world, though it has seen better days. Speaking of history, you know what year it is, yes? Perhaps, dear, perhaps. But for now, it's just the spring of 51.
She is perturbed by your not knowing what year it is, but not by your mention of the apocalypse. It must be the end times. The lieutenant studies you, rubbing his chin. I'm beginning to suspect that you might indeed be completely adrift in this reality, thinks the lieutenant. How can it be that bad? Never mind. We're in this now.
I can tell that this is taxing for you, so I'll just ask one more question. What regime are we living under? What mode of government?
Нами управляет разумный насилие, они подсчитывают, как по частям свободный выбор. Все обстряпывают дела и машут как не себя, так и подобает пенсионерам. Наше восприятие реальности искажает, а нашим разумом управляет при помощи радио. Это нужно включить нас личными хранителями, на самом деле. Но вот мне нравится вариант разумной машины. Неровный уровень тоже так.
Oh no, nothing like that, dear. Revachol is a zone of control led by an alliance of foreign powers called the Coalition. We have almost no government of our own, and certainly no matriarchy.
She's trying to avoid the foreigner's part. This is because she's a woman. She may be lying to you.
Oh dear, this is troubling. You really ought to know that, being one yourself. There aren't any cops in Revachol, not in the traditional sense. The status of law enforcement has been a complicated matter since the revolution. But we should stop for today, sweetie. You look like you need a break. Besides, I'm not the best person to explain the big things to anyone.
She's scared now. She's realized you really are brain damaged.
You didn't do too well, dear. It does look like you're having trouble remembering things. History and places. Remembering reality, in a word. It's very odd.
A sigh. The lieutenant buries his nose in his notebook.
But maybe a fresh set of eyes is what the world needs. And while I'm no doctor, such bouts of amnesia are often temporary, so I wouldn't worry too much.
Так что я бы не переживал особо. Так, вы упомянули революцию. Что это?
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something different.
Что новое, это
The rest of the world didn't like it, so they came and ended it.
понравилось.
This was 42 years ago.
Это было 42 года назад. Отсутствием копов.
It has something to do with everything.
Связано вообще со всем.
I really don't know how to explain it better.
Понятнее. Так, надо
A defeat, I'm afraid. The people of this archipelago tried to build something new, something... Of course, sweetie, I really don't know how to explain it better.
Так, ну что, кто может рассказать больше, что ли?
Someone more educated in sweeping matters.
Образован,
Maybe you should ask.
может, спроси, она поворачивается к лейтенанту.
No, I'm not an encyclopedia. I won't be a guide either. I'm a detective.
Я детектив.
Of course. Then I don't know. Someone rich, maybe? Wealthy people are educated.
Может,
Though I don't know where you would find a wealthy person in Martinez.
хотя откуда богатому человеку взяться в Мартинесе? А вы, похоже, в кресле,
Yes, dear. I'm a paraplegic.
что у меня параплегия.
A paraplegic is someone with limited or no ability to use the lower half of their body. Paraplegia is caused by spinal cord injuries, like falling from a great height, or a grenade explosion.
Гранаты.
No, dear. I'm not quite that old. Although I was injured in the line of duty.
Кстати, пострадала на службе. Не ходили в горы.
Nothing so glamorous, dear. Though when I was young, I dreamt of planting the Revacholian flag on some figurative peak.
Метафорическим пиком. А чем вы занимаетесь?
I was a training and development manager at a rapidly expanding mail order shoe company.
Обуви по почте.
You'd think it would be a safe job, but I had to be everywhere, and well, once I happened to be under some faulty scaffolding.
Вот так вот.
I was lucky.
Почти 20 лет назад.
This was almost 20 years ago, and I was compensated exceptionally well. One can only dream of such payoffs nowadays.
Коленском кресло. Сердце зрителя был бомб.
That's quite all right. I'm used to people asking questions. I know they're thinking about it anyway.
И потом я же понимаю, что все так или иначе об этом думают. Покатаемся вместе.
Whatever do you mean?
Пришло рассказать моей напарнице ездить на кресле, убирать труп с задних дворов, ловить серийных убийц. Покатаем самокрутки, ломает без курева. Ну-ка, если... Так,
Oh, no, no, no.
ой,
I haven't smoked in years.
если у вас нет табака или бумаги для самокрутки, или каких-нибудь сигарет.
She shakes her head slowly. Wait, maybe she knows where you can get cigarettes. Delicious toasty cigarettes stuffed to the tip with love. You should find out.
Это внутренний голод, конечно.
You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions.
Так, не подскажите.
You should really ask someone younger and more mobile, sweetie.
Моложе по-мобильнее. Вроде мобильнее всех на свете.
I'm glad you think so, but I still don't know where you can get cigarettes.
Так, пока.
Whatever do you mean?
Так, ну-ка, может, что-то еще?
Oh, no, no, no. I haven't smoked in years.
Так. Слишком много зажигалось. Знаю.
Quitting smoking is one of the best things you can do for your health officer.
What are you talking about? Smoking is one of the last remaining pleasures of this world. Trust me, there's not much out there for you. You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions.
I'm sure it lends you a roguish charm, sweetie. Whatever do you mean? Oh, no. I haven't smoked in years. Cigarettes are a luxury, sweetie. Besides, I have to mind my health.
Wait, maybe she knows where you can get cigarettes. You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions.
An old woman in a wheelchair just doesn't look good holding a cigarette. Though I'm sure it lends you a roguish charm, sweetie. Whatever do you mean? Sequence killers? Oh my. But I think you already have a partner, sweetie.
A partner who needs you to help him get a corpse down from a tree. I can assure you with absolute certainty, there are no sequence killings taking place in Martinez.
Now, gentlemen, no need to squabble. I wouldn't be of much use to you anyway, sweetie. Thank you, but Martinez isn't the most wheelchair-accessible place, you see. I'd slow you down. Perhaps another time. Of course, dear. Good luck with your case.
The worker is in a deep slumber. Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from, into the primordial darkness. That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Attaboy. It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
Втайне все это время про бухло думал. А мне вообще стоит ли об этом думать? Кажется, пьянство не доводит меня до добра. Слово, мне нужен ром с лимонадом. Хорошо бы Гард сделал коктейль. Давай.
Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too. But first, you should lick that stain off the counter. Yeah, man. Let's get wild. Lick it. Calmly, the lieutenant looks out of the window, then to you, licking the tasty rum stain off the counter. Then,
What are you doing? We should move.
a real drink would go well with those cigarettes you're looking for. That's a great combination.
Пошли.
The man with the unimpressive beard notices you approaching. He drops the ledger he was holding and turns to the lieutenant.
Mr. Gart, right? You run this place.
Yes.
I am Kim Kitsuragi from Precinct 57. This is an inter-district investigation, so joining me from Precinct 41...
Запой бухой, чё тебе не то? Предвестник краха. Что золотое, оранжевое, лесной пожар напахнет спиртом. Так, можно мне выпить?
No, you cannot.
Для вязчего акцента он нагибает спирт. Нельзя.
Officer, I was thinking more along the lines of your name.
Что золотое, оранжевое, лесной пожар напахнет спиртом.
What?
Что-то предвестник краха. Сумерки, аз есть они. Узнал?
What is this? A joke to you? Is this what you get when you call the police now? This guy? We've been waiting for a week here.
Sir, I understand your concern, but we are here to do a job. And for us to do it, I need you to stay calm.
Yes, of course.
I know it took us a while to arrive at the scene, but it also took you a while to call us. It was you who placed the call, correct?
No, I only just got here. It was probably Sylvie who called you. She usually works the bar here. I'm only temporarily taking over her duties.
Do you have her number?
As a matter of fact, I do.
You said you just got here. From where? Are you a local?
What, of Martinez? No, I live in Jamrock. I only sometimes come here to keep an eye on the place. This is just one of the many, many cafeterias I manage.
But you still know your way around, yes? In case we need directions.
Yes, I know where some things are, but as I said, I don't live here. I just used to work here. And I'm not going to start working here again, if that's what you think.
I didn't imply that. Detective.
He probably means this is where you step in and ask your questions.
Mm-hmm. I have everything. You?
Yes, yes, he means, do you have questions for me, like a police officer would?
He thinks you're stupid, sire. Ask him about the body's location before asking if he killed him. People give up information in the more innocuous questions, which you can later use in the more sinister ones, not vice versa.
Behind this building, there's a courtyard. They hoisted him up on a tree there. That's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can get to the courtyard through there. No need for the keys. The hole is big enough for the Franco-Nigerian cavalry to fit through. Behind this building, that's easy. See that door there? First you exit through that. Then to your right, you should see a big hole in the fence. A really big one. You can... Haven't you asked me that already? What is it with you and this woman? She has nothing to do with this. Okay, you got me. She went away because of the dead body out back. And because I asked for her number. That's why Sylvie went away. I hope you appreciate that.
Thank you.
Is it? Because I thought you were supposed to be investigating the lynching, not my employer conduct. Good for you. Was there something else? I'd like to get back to what I was doing. I don't know who killed him. I'm not the police. That's your job.
This is it. He said they hoisted him up on a tree. Who is this they, if he doesn't know?
Oh, people are saying it was the union dock workers, that it was a lynching. The locals, the customers, the people who eat here, a lot of dock workers eat here. Sylvie told me everyone knows the dock workers did it.
Did the debarders themselves tell her this, or is it a rumor?
I don't really know. You'll have to ask her. I would suppose it's because they have nothing better to do.
You mean the strike?
Yes, the strike. The man they hanged was a security guard for the harbour company, I hear. A mercenary. The unionistas probably thought they'd send a message. What are you, crazy? Of course I didn't kill him.
The lieutenant turns the page in the little notebook he's been scribbling in.
Let's go.
Not so fast. You owe me 130 real. Oh, excuse me. You owe me 130 real.
The IIR, or Inter-Isolary Real, is the global reserve currency. Whatever part of the world you're in right now, it's safe to assume he means you owe him some money.
No, you don't owe me street cred. You owe me money. You owe this establishment 130 real. Let's see. 3 nights at a tariff of 20 real comes to 60 real. Then there's the window you annihilated. The hole in the window was the first thing I saw when I came to work. So don't try to tell me you didn't. That will be 40 real in damages. Another thing you've annihilated is half the bar. You've run a tab of 30 real. Actually more, but we'll round it down to 30 for your hard work maintaining the stability and order of Revachol. That's 60 plus 40 plus 30 equals 130 real. And yes, real is still money. What are you, a philosopher? Money is what grown-up people use to pay for things. Things like this hostel room, or 8 bottles of potent blend, and 9 packs of Royal Extra. We use it for everything, really. Are you serious? From your work? I don't know. You can take bribes, I guess. I'm sorry. don't think cops can take bribes.
Some do take recompense, but only to survive.
For survival, to pay me. Unless you want to become a hobo. Do you want to become a hobo? There's nowhere else to stay in Martinez, and it's a cold spring outside. Money doesn't make you happy, but it lets you be unhappy for a while longer. If you run out of money, you die. It's like that for all of us. Me too. That's why I need you to pay me. I'm not an asshole. Yes, it is. No, you see, that's 40 cents. Cents are a form of currency 100 times smaller than the real. I'm not even going to take this. Come back when you have 130 real. Yes, it is.
Isn't it evil? The order of magnitude between what is asked of a person and what they have.
It does, doesn't it?
There's a shuffle of nylon as Lieutenant Kitsuragi looks for something in the pockets of his orange bomber. That's cop 4. I haven't offered to pay because I don't have any money either.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything.
Did someone order a vague, farcical reading of the law? More than one pops into your head.
But it's not inane. You owe me money.
It is cruel of you. A man has been killed. File a request for compensation with Station 41. We need to work now.
Okay, you'll only have to pay for the window and the drinks. That's 70. I'll get the rest from your stupid station. The ledger does. The ledger has a memory. The drinks are non-negotiable. There's no way your station will pay for them. Fine, I'll take it off the bill. You want to sleep in a post-apocalyptic shithole? Go ahead, but I'm not giving you another room. No, not cool. You still owe me 30 for the drinks. If you don't have it by tonight, I'm not letting you back up there.
That's enough now, sir. Good day.
By the way, where is home? The address is coming up blank, and this place sure isn't it. But you've been at this hostel cafeteria for only 3 nights. Where were you before? You had to be somewhere. Why did you say that?
No. But isn't that an expression, not a place? A saying, up on Marvel Hill, a great high place, one that is impossible to climb back to.
That doesn't sound like somewhere you can stay if you run out of money.
Там не переночуешь. Может, я могу как-то вспомнить, начертить линию до конкретной улицы, конкретной таблички.
You can try. Run some addresses in your head when you get the time. Maybe a street or an apartment will appear.
Улица или дом. Так, мне что-то стало доступно теперь. Вот это вот. Шкафчик мысли. Нифига себе, блин. Всего вообще просто жестко всего. Охренеть. Чего только тут вообще нету. Одинокая дорога домой. Временно будем застынуть. Победе память события время исследования 5 часов не светит. Давай промотаем назад. Пойдем по своим пьяным следам назад без дома. Перепрыгнем через разваленный разведенный мост, через канал к юго-западу отсюда, упадем, поднимемся, через 20 минут свернем с асфальтированной улицы и побредем через дворы, пугая детей. Пройдем под огромной эстакадой по дороге 881, пока не доберемся до района отчуждения в северном Джемрате. В это время года улицы замерзли, покрытые льдом. Пойдем по Мейн-стрит до Пергиша. Здесь в сторону отходит переулок, и вблизи отпечатались следы твоих подошв. Так, усвоить. Национальная... это такие, типа, открывать можно, да? Типа секретные квесты, что ли, что такое? Бомжик копий. Ну, пока что вот у меня только этот, да, доступен. Или что? Или из-за того, что я выделил его? Ну-ка. Нет, пока только он доступен, да, усвоить. Ну ладно, хорошо. Так. Теперь здесь. Что-то нам не так, что-то убийство. Давайте пролетим вот это. Регистрация стимов, сохранить силы, спросить анализ, на него участвовать. Вообще. Ну окей, так. Как-то можно их отслеживать, нет? Сказать на мобиле, так, показания быстрее. А где у меня рация? Нету. Так, где моя? Почти. Так, где? А где его?
Can I help you?
Видео. Так, мне нужно выбить налешник.
Do I have a shaker in my hand? Is this a shaker?
It's not a shaker. It's nothing. He's holding nothing. It is but an imitation.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I wearing a bow tie and doing this?
У меня маленькая бабочка есть, говорит, я ношу бабочку, делаю вот так. Яростно трясет, воображая на шейкере, говорит, вот такие.
Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Do you know why?
Почему?
Because I'm not a bartender. I'm a cafeteria manager. Is there anything else you wanted?
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Ты недооцениваешь серьезное положение. Я алкоголик, мне нужна доза. Мое топливо спирт начали не работает. Если я разобрался с первым делом, мне не заливать на ворота алкоголь. Давай так.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass or a pineapple? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it. Absolutely out of the question.
Absolutely in the question. First we find a sad banger, then we sing this place to shit. Your body is ready, sire.
Can I help you? What thing? Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We don't. We have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them. He's saying they'll come after you've slept. Just making clear you got that.
What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. You're not. You're a menace. Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the real cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. No, you don't. Fucker, lay off the swear words. They don't make you cool. This isn't kindergarten. Besides, the RCM doesn't do search warrants. I know the law. You'll just have to wait for the kitchen to open. If you have to get in there, which you don't. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. He wasn't pan-fried, he was lynched. What could the kitchen possibly have to do with... Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. You can snoop around after that, if you must. What are you, a cook now? That's none of your business. And want me to make an exception for you? You're not even a hostel guest till you pay your outstanding bills. Fine, okay. The kitchen is closed until 1 p.m. because the cook is working. What?
You feel like you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later. The worker is in a deep slumber. You gently shake his shoulder, but nothing happens. This man could probably sleep soundly in a ship's engine room.
Ну ладно. Наверху нам больше не есть высоко. Нужно убить время. Купите книгу. Когда читаешь, время летит. А, это балкон. Затупил. Чем-то напоминает музончик. Япония. Вот это вот. Оркестрик. Репос. Какого черта, блядь? Так, ну тут да, доступно пока, можно не откуда получается. Ай, да, там.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from pinball cabinets to full-flavor cigarettes. Clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it.
Пластиковую желтую корону, где вместо герба логотип алкогольного бренда. Стоп, где дают такие короны?
It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or are stamped into the crown's plastic. The sentiment is called anti-centennial nostalgia, pining for a time before the turn of the century. It's common even now, after 50 years.
The RCM in Martinez. What can I help you with? We don't see a lot of police around here, that's all. Of course. What can I help you with? Of course. Where to? Oh, that's right there, in the yard.
She's relieved someone has come for it, finally.
It's there, in the yard, right through the hole in the fence. What do you mean? We're in Martinez, sir. This intersection is called Roundabout North, I think. There's the pier, the Cape Side apartment buildings, some more tenements. Not a lot, really. The harbor gates, some kind of commotion, I think. I don't follow the local politics. A fleet store, too. Some shops and a bridge. The canal bridge leads to the coast, but it's broken, I think. Some kind of accident, probably. Just coast. There's a little fishing village there, and a fish market. But that got closed down ages ago. It's just water. No, actually, I think they call it the Martinez Inlet. There are some islands in the bay, but they're hard to reach. No problem. Me? I am just a gardener. I am pleased to meet you too, officer. Me? I am just a gardener. I am working. I have a greenhouse in the yard there. I've been trying to get some work done.
She realizes she's about to criticize your work, or lack thereof.
Yes, it smells pretty bad, so I have to take breaks.
Don't worry, miss. We are here to clean it up. You can get to work soon.
Thank you. My head is about to explode from all the salts I've had to inhale. Of course. I won't hold you back.
Her gloves. You get the feeling that you need them. You have a dead body to deal with after all.
Sure, keep them. I have another pair.
Золотисто-коричневый летящий клёш. Обычно клёш просто слегка остается, чтобы их можно было накинуть на сапоги. Но это не тот случай. Это чьи-то пропитанные мочой спермой. Понятно. Белая классная сорочка. Это классная сорочка, которая действительно была когда-то действительно элегантной. Реально отражала свет. Теперь подмышки пахнут саниной. Выглядит как шкура давно вымершего диска зверя. На правом рукаве и на спине непонятно делает голубой. Галстук. Господи, внутри галстук. Галстук с кричащей яркими рисунками. Он пугающе жизнерадостный. Почему-то у тебя ощущение, что снять его будет неправильно. Теперь это твой друг. Сменить его на какую-то другую скучную шейную повязку — это предательство. Понятненько. Так. Дорога, а здесь у нас карта, интересно. Ну-ка, дорога домой. А что я сделал такого? Пройдем через возведенный мост, через канал, к западу пойдем. Журнал, да? А, вот как. Да-да, задание. Для полного купи, для купи карты, понятно. А что там еще было? Нахер полиция.
Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion. The Caprice Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. The frequency tableau lights up, and the green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. The soft purr of electrical kittens, radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static.
This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you?
Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st precinct here. I'm putting him on.
This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? It will take just a moment, officer.
Her voices fade out into the familiar radio static.
Gottlieb, what do you want? Oh, it's you. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. What else? I'm not a brain doctor. Look on the bright side. You've got a whole new life now. Use it wisely.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
That's because you're hung over. Even the radio waves coming from your direction smell like liquor. Do you feel like your eyes are twitching too? That's the tiny vessels pulsating from high blood pressure, stupid officer. You might be sustaining permanent damage to your vision as we speak. Not much I can do about it. I'm not an eye doctor. The busy kind. It's not life-threatening, just annoying for you. I've got more important things to do here. And you survived it. Congratulations. Are you mobile? Even better. Anything else? I wouldn't worry about that. Officers your age have coronary trouble all the time. Also, death is a natural part of life. Firewalker? Oh, yes, you are. Just don't breathe in the general direction of your fire feet. Actually, wait. Do exactly that. Put yourself out of your misery. Take a deep diaphragmatic breath in and
It would be an artistic statement of some kind or another. Self-immolation has been all the rage in Lomangpang for a while now, especially among university students. It is particularly popular in Koh Hoi, where such acts get the most press. Of course, yes, you were having health trouble.
Sounds more like a newspaper headline that will surprise absolutely no one. Now, do you have any current, pressing medical problems? Firewalker? Do exactly.
It would be. Self-immolation has been all the rage in Lomangpang for a while now, especially among university students. It is, of course, yes, you were having health trouble.
From what I can tell, you're just playing into their hands, disabling yourself from doing any actually useful work. Now, do you have any current, pressing medical problems? What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his eyelids shut with cyanoacrylate. It looks like Mactorson.
It's not fucking cryoacrylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Anything else I can help you with, officer? Just a second, officer.
Ten 2, 10-5. This is 41st. Come in. Over.
A scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code.
Ten-4, message received. Ten-5, relay message. What's your status? Over. Ten-18, state your message, sir. Ten-9, over. Ten-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need to 10-22 the captain. Over.
Is it him? What does he want?
Says he lost his badge and needs to report it.
He what? He lost his badge?
This is Communication Officer Jules Pidieux, sir. Over. You mean your partner? Over.
What is he saying?
He's asking who you are.
I'm his goddamn partner.
It's your partner, Satellite Officer Vitmar, sir. Over.
Did he lose his memory along with his fucking badge?
Who lost his badge?
Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think?
It's Officer Dick Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity.
Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself. Immediately. They're laughing at you.
He says this has probably happened to other policemen before him and laughs sarcastically.
Oh goddamn it! Is he fucking kidding? The whole station's gonna be dicked for this.
Satellite Officer Vitmar is wondering if you might be joking and adds that this tarnishes the reputation of the entire station. Over.
Mullen dicked us.
He's asking you to stop, says this is serious.
Of course it's serious. He lost his fucking badge.
Satellite Officer Vitmar concurs, losing your badge is serious. Over. Ten-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you are in pursuit of your misplaced badge. Over.
Fuck me. Mac, come here. You've got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge.
What's going on?
Super Cop here lost his badge.
He lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. He lost a badge.
He asks you to please stop saying he lost his badge.
Why? Did he find it?
Sergeant Orson was wondering if you found your badge yet. Over.
You don't have a comeback. Sorry. It's hard to think like this.
He's not replying. Looks like he's still looking for it. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that. Over.
New heights even for Captain Sober.
Ask him. Ask him if he's lost his gun, too.
Ну, как бы у меня для вас небольшая новость. Ствола нету.
Sergeant Orson wants to know if you lost your gun too. Over.
Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck. You don't know where it is, do you? No. It's gone. It's not fucking on you.
10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun. Over.
Lying over the phone, it's easy. Just say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it.
He says he didn't.
Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it, and fast. We can't have some gangbanger running around with it.
We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. You need further assistance? Over. Stand for, I hear you. I don't have the authority to grant your request, but...
What does he want now?
He's asking for money.
Is he fucking kidding?
I don't think he is.
Don't give that asshole anything. He's just gonna drink it all.
Right, that's a negative on the additional funds, sir. Over. He says it's important to the case.
He isn't getting a red cent. You can tell him that.
Request denied, sir. Over. He says he's in trouble, doesn't have a place to sleep.
Well, I guess he'd better crack the case before sundown then.
Vigmar said...
Я не хочу здесь больше быть, я хочу домой. Пожалуйста, приезжайте, заберите меня.
Listen, it's okay. You can do it, sir. Over.
What is he saying?
Did you want anything else, sir? Many of your colleagues are also here. Over.
He's trying to keep you from further embarrassing yourself in front of your colleagues.
Let us address them now, sir. Over. Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over.
Wait. Before you say anything stupid, think it through. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone.
10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. That's a negative, sir. I got 10-12 visitors present here. Over. Excuse me, sir. Over.
You probably don't want to continue on this road.
No, sir, I haven't. You're not really keen on mentioning your home life, so I've always assumed things weren't that good on that front. Over. For well, that's
Does he actually want something, or is he hell-bent on disrupting our work?
He asked if he ever told me about his days before joining the RCN.
For God's sake, cut this shit out! Tell him to stop wasting time and be a goddamn policeman for a change.
Sir, Satellite Officer Vigmar says... So, was there anything else?
'What? What is it? He's still on the line?
He wants to verify the information on his badge.
But of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force.
Tell him to stop wasting time.
What do you need, sir? Over. Then 9, repeat message. I didn't get that, sir. Over.
What? What is it? What can he possibly still want from us?
He seems intoxicated and keeps asking me to call him by his name.
Mullen's drunk and emotionally aggressive. That's new.
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Then 9, repeat message. I didn't. Sir, I will not have you talk to me in this manner. Over.
What? What is it?
He seems intoxicated.
Mullins,
Wrap it up. Don't indulge in his drunken antics.
Understood, sir. Over.
Точно прием. Так, мы тоже совет пока не будем говорить. Так, 10-200, прием.
Roger that. 10-10. Over and out.
Становится тихо. Так, снова прекрасно. Так, вытащить выдвижной ящик.
A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized.
Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are.
He's clearly a little protective of his tools. But what can you do? Work is work. The handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap, go the cutters in your hand. The pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. It's robust, weatherproof, and well-made. Police issue, blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. The pull-out toolbox slides back into its nest. Preheater gauge casts a warm glow on the steering levers and the radio on its hook. The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat.
There's no use pressing the heat button. It won't start without the ignition key.
Translation. We're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation. Don't even think you can drive my MC.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on. Her number is 005 1944 298.
Received. Hold on, officer.
Give it a minute. She might be busy at the moment. Takes a bit to get to the phone.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you?
There is no resentment in her tone. She wants you to ask her out. No question about it.
No, not me. No, sorry. I don't. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. they use the Union's phone, or the one on the coast.
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while.
What? Of course it bothered me. But I thought the Union already knew about the court. No one calls the police. The Union would get angry. You know, what the Union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here.
Legally, no. In reality, yes. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers' union.
Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation.
Okay. I didn't want to get in trouble with the others.
Push her further. Show her the error of her ways.
The other people who live around here. Local people, I didn't want trouble. You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union. Please, I just didn't want any trouble. You do? Oh. What else can I do for you? Yeah, go on. You mean, why did I leave the bar? Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir.
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom? What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. You know whom? What? No, why would you even think that? Please, don't bring Gar into this. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. Yes, I know who you are. You're a police officer. The law.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to have been important to you in the past. Don't go there again.
You told me back in the whirling. You told everybody, and so does your badge. I don't need to hear about it anymore. Oh, no, I haven't, sorry.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? He's in plain clothes, voluntarily. It's different from not knowing where your uniform is. There are officers who wear the signature Perseus black uniforms to the highest ranks in the RCM and end up buried in them as well. Others do it more casually. Looks like you're one of them.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw your cool gun detective. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating and... You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making suicide jokes. It got pretty graphic.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like, "My brains are all over the wall, painting them red. I won't be seeing it, 'cause these are my brains. I can't see without my brains." Very nice visuals there. There is silence on the other end of the line.
Me neither. No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like big bucks cannot lie and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it, but believe me, I did not ask. Uniform? I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on, the disco things. No, absolutely not. I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
No, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else she's angry about. Some other guy, like God. You know women and their constant problems. Yak, yak, nag, nag. How's one supposed to get the love going like that? That's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a spinster.
старое дело, только не это. Сейчас просто набивает себе цену, бабки уже стала на десятку для товарных денег. Тогда старое дело, только не это.
Not a spinster, my God.
Старое дело.
You have to intervene on behalf of the ethnic nation of love, equally of sun and lightning. First, calm her down. Tell her you've got everything under control. Think you can do that, Lieutenant Love?
Серьезно, такие. Классный вариант. Нет, ради бога, я не хочу произносить ничего из этого, отказаться от квеста про любовь, а он ведь восхитительный. Ты еще там, детка? Слушай, у меня все схвачено. Да, ты популя возьми себя на коленочки, да.
Call was dominated by the other party. Anything else, officer?
Я взял этот квест? Перепроверил. Говорите с Гарсом, лейтенант Любовь. Ну что-то есть, я должен помочь брату в этом доме. Кстати, Гарс, тоже совет рассказать. Это будет забавно.
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on. Take it to God now.
57th, over and out.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers, a radio on a hook, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
Так, еще надо пообедать. И уже после обеда заново игрушечку. Очень хорошая, пока очень нравится. Что это вот резина? Просто пауза.